hath the outgoings of death. And again he wrote, give thanks to Yahweh for good, for to the ages of the ages is his kindness. I pray you, let Israel say that to the ages of the ages is his kindness. I pray you, let the house of Aaron say that to the ages of the ages is his kindness. I pray you, let those fearing Yahweh say to the ages of the ages is his kindness. From the straitness I cried, Yah! And he answered me, Yahweh is for me, and I will not fear what men doeth to me. Yahweh is for me among my helpers, and I look on those hating me. Better to take refuge in Yahweh than to trust in man. Better to take refuge in Yahweh than to trust in princes. Open to me gates of righteousness. I enter into them, and I thank Yahweh. This is the gate to Yahweh. The righteous enter into it. I thank thee, for thou hast answered me, and art for me to salvation. A stone the builders refused hath become the head of the corner. From Yahweh this has been, and it is wonderful for our eyes. This is the day Yahweh hath made. We rejoice and are glad in it. And I beseech thee, O Yahweh, save, I pray thee. I beseech thee, O Yahweh, prosper, I pray thee. Blessed is he who is coming in the name of Yahweh. We bless you from the house of Yahweh. God is Yahweh, and he giveth to us light. Direct you the festal sacrifice unto the horns of the altar. Give thanks to Yahweh, for good, for the ages of the ages is his kindness. "2,400 years before, there was a king in Israel. His name was Ahaz. He was surrounded by enemies. He wanted a promise from Yahweh for deliverance. And through Isaiah, he gave a promise. The Lord himself shall give you a sign. Behold, a virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel, God with us. And again Isaiah wrote, for a child hath been born to us, a son hath been given to us, and the princely power is on his shoulder, and he doth call his name Wonderful, Counselor, Mighty God, Father of eternity, Prince of Peace. To the increase of the princely power and of his peace there is no end. On the throne of David and on his kingdom, to establish it and to support it in judgment and in righteousness henceforth, even unto the ages of the ages. The zeal of Yahweh of hosts doth this. And again Isaiah wrote, and a rod hath come from the stock of Jesse, and the branch from his root is fruitful. Rested on him hath the Spirit of Yahweh, the Spirit of wisdom and understanding, the Spirit of counsel and might, the Spirit of knowledge and fear of Yahweh, to refresh him in the fear of Yahweh. And by the sight of his eyes he judgeth not, nor by the hearing of his ears decideth. He hath judged in righteousness the poor, decided in uprightness the humble of the earth, and hath smitten the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips he putteth the wicked to death. And there hath been in that day a root of Jesse that is standing for a sign of the people. Unto him do the nations seek, and his rest hath been in his honor. And then for 400 years there was silence. Yahweh did not say anything to us. Not a word was given to us, his people. There was much fear, our nation was overthrown. Then there came Gabriel. This is the story as it is known to us. Gabriel was sent by Yahweh to Nazareth, a city in Galilee, to a virgin betrothed to a man whose name was Joseph from the house of David. And the name of the virgin was Miriam. In our tongue, you would call her Mary. Her name means exalted. And the messenger came to her and said, "Hail, favored one! The Lord is with thee. Happy are you among women." She was troubled at his words. Her mind was thinking, what sort of greeting could this be? And the messenger said to her, "Fear not." If you look in the scriptures, whenever a messenger from Yahweh would show up, his first words were always, "Fear not." When he came to Daniel, "Fear not." When he came to Miriam, "Fear not." When he comes to us, "Fear not. For you have found favor with Yahweh, and you will conceive in the womb and shall bring forth a son and shall call his name Yeshua. The Lord is salvation." Jesus. "And he shall be great. The Son of the Highest he shall be called, and the Lord God shall give him the throne of David his father, and he shall reign over the house of Jacob to the ages of the ages, and his reign